Our top focus on the final day of the Israel-Hamas truce. Qatar Foreign Ministry has announced that the truce will be extended by another 2 days. This as both Israel and Hamas try to work out a tricky hostage swap deal. Remember, Qatar is one of the key mediators between both sides. As part of the Israel-Hamas deal, 39 Israeli hostages in Gaza have been released so far, with 117 Palestinians freed from Israeli jails. Remember, they had initially agreed on a 4-day truce.
There has been a constant pressure not only by the US but also at home for Benjamin Netanyahu, because we have seen that protesters have gathered near the city square and they have been asking for the release of hostages. So there is immense pressure on Benjamin Netanyahu to bring all the hostages home. Till Sunday, at least 39 hostages have been brought back and 117 Palestinians have been freed from Israeli jails. Today's swap has not taken place yet. It has been delayed, but meanwhile the news is coming in from Qatar Foreign Ministry, and Hamas has also issued its own statement saying that the ceasefire has extended for 2 more days. That means for each day 10 Israeli hostages would be released, and each day 30 Palestinians who are in jails in Israel would be released. That makes the number 20 for Israelis and 60 for Palestinians. So 2 days extension of truce might be confirmed. However, there is no statement till now from Israel. We are still waiting for that, but Qatar has confirmed, and Hamas in its statement has said it's the effort of Qatar and Egyptian mediation efforts which have brought these results. So we can expect 2 days more truce. But whether this truce will extend any further, because the number of hostages still being held in Gaza is quite high, and the pressure is mounting at home as well. Initially, when the retaliatory attacks were on Gaza, then the protesters, the family members of the hostages who had been taken, they felt that enough importance was not being given to hostages being brought back, and that's the reason that the protests started in the first place. Now it is one of the topmost priorities to bring back all the hostages. But as we have seen, the swap deals are 1:3 ratio, and all the hostages are not yet back. So the priority is to get the hostages back, but the negotiation is quite difficult, because the more days there is a ceasefire, the number of aid trucks going into Gaza also increases, and there is also an apprehension in Israel that in Israeli government is that Hamas would be using this aid, the fuel, the food, will hoard it, and it will be used against Israeli forces. So that is also a concern there. But the topmost priority at the moment is the hostages, and even if the truce is extended for 2 more days, then the numbers would not be complete. There are still more hostages there, and it looks like Israeli defense forces still do not have a clear idea of where the hostages are being held in Gaza. So that is a very clear and clear problem, and that is the solution to that is not very visible at the moment.